You know what it is. We're here with the king of the North, Paddy Pimblett, now 30 years of age, number 12 in the world at lightweight. It's good to see you, champ. How you doing?
It's my pleasure, lad. You know that. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So UFC 304, kind of a long time ago now. Tremendous night in your career, $200,000 in bonus money. I know you felt as though maybe Bobby Green was underestimating you a little bit, but now that that fight has played out so spectacularly, how did it play out relative to your expectations actually going in there?
It went perfect, to be honest. As I said to you in the fighter meeting before it, I used my range, kept him away. Don't think he landed a punch. Remember hitting him with a nice jab, but it was mainly the kicks. Like I said, keep me range with the kicks. And it ended up being the kick what basically finished the fight. Right. Threw the inside leg kick and buckled his legs, and he went down to his knees, and it was either go hands down and I take his back, or try and take me down, and he tried to take me down, and it was good night Irene from there.
Right. So in terms of the rest of the year, you know, if you're sitting home watching fights, there's probably going to be a high-profile lightweight at some point that is going to call you out. But when you looked at the rest of the year, were you hoping to compete, or was that calculated to take those 6 months?
No, as I say, the babies were born in April.
Right.
And then for the first 3 months of their life, I was just wrapped up in a fight. I had the first month with them, but then from May, June, July, I was just wrapped up in fight. Right. So I didn't really get a chance to spend much time with them and stuff like that. And after that fight, they were getting a bit bigger. They were starting to get their own personalities and crawl around stuff. I wanted to spend some time with them, and I've had a great time the second half of last year, spending time with my kids. And it's just that I don't like being so inactive. So the last couple of years I have been. I fought Tony in December 23, the first time I fought in 23, and then I fought Bobby in July 24. Only time I fought that year, so I want to do at least 2 fights this year.
Do you understand, though, when you have a certain star quality, that it's not always easy in some part to just turn around every 3 months and fight the next guy? Isn't that part of it, too, that they're calculated when it comes to the way they matchmake you?
Yeah, definitely. They're not just going to say, 2 months later, do you want to do this on short notice? Probably wouldn't take a fight on short notice. It's 9 times out of 10, it's more risk than reward.
Right.
Unless it's Islam Makhachev for the belt.
So when Dan Hooker's forced to pull out of the fight, right, you're one of the ranked lightweights who potentially could step in, but you already have a big fight on the horizon. But what is your reaction when you see Dan pull out? It sounds like you wouldn't have necessarily had an appetite for Gaethje.
No, I wouldn't have. I've already got me mind set on this date. I've already got everything. Started game planning and stuff for Michael Chandler. Trying to game plan for someone like Gaethje in 10 days. Right. And it's not easy, you know what I mean? I rate Gaethje very highly. He's a very good fighter. The good thing for Fiziev is he's already game planned to fight him before, so we can work off that and use it in his next fight, where just taking a fight against Gaethje on 10, 11, 12 days notice, it's no easy task.
What were your thoughts, and I don't know when you process this or when this crosses your way, but when Arman Tsarukyan, who has the opportunity of a lifetime, is unable to fight and doesn't even make it to the scale, what is your reaction as a fellow ranked lightweight?
I couldn't believe it. No, I thought it was crazy. What's going on here? And I don't want to badmouth him, but the way that Dana spoke about it in his press conference after it was his decision to pull out. The doctor didn't say, you can't fight, that's bad. I think he mentioned Heather as well, who's one of the best sports physios about in the PI. Said she never told him to pull out either. I felt a bit bad on him, when Dana said, no, he's not next. He's going to have to go back to the drawing board. It's shots fired. But I think personally, Arman still deserves the next title shot. You know, Islam's already beat Charles. He's beat Poirier. He's beat Gaethje. Oh no, he hasn't, has he? Hasn't fought Gaethje.
He hasn't fought Gaethje.
Yeah, he hasn't fought Gaethje, but Holloway knocked Gaethje out. Yeah. So I think the only person right for him to fight is Arman. Yeah. Arman deserves that title shot more than hand sanitizer boy does.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. So you fought 7 times in Liverpool pre-UFC, 6-0 in the UFC now, 3 times in Vegas, 3 times in England, but never in Liverpool. Now it's going to be Miami, Florida. What's your appetite to hit South Beach here next month?
I can't wait. I cannot wait to fight in Miami. Yeah. Obviously, I've seen Chandler trying to push the fight to International Fight Week.
Right.
It's I'm not fighting in Vegas again. I've already fought there 3 times. I like traveling the world with this sport, you know what I mean, this job. And I've never been to Miami. I can't wait to go. Yeah. It's somewhere I've always wanted to go to. So to get to fight there, first ever time I've been there, will be spectacular.
So the twins turn 1 right around fight time. Are they coming to Miami or no?
No.
Okay.
I was going to stay in Miami for a few days, but the baby's birthday's 5 days after the show.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that I wanted to do this fight, so I can go and enjoy the first birthday with them,
Right.
go on holiday, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm fighting on the 12th and my flight's almost the Monday, the 14th. Just need to get home to the kids.
Seems like maybe it was your expectation that Michael Chandler might have been the next opponent.
I knew in December.
You knew in December.
Yeah. My manager rang me saying, would you fight Chandler next? I was like, yeah, of course I would. And he's like, well, we're going to have to speak to him, see what's happening. And I knew like 10 days before Christmas or something like that. Like on one of my vlogs, I say at the end of it, I'm going to fight someone in the top 8 next. I'll see you at the top. Yeah. And a lot of people caught onto it. But it never got announced till like mid-Feb, like the 20th of Feb or something like that. Yeah. Which was crazy because obviously I told me gym teammates, my close friends, my family, and then when random people ask me, oh, when are you fighting again? Who are you fighting? It's like, I think I'm fighting in Miami, but I don't know who yet. And I was just lying to people because I knew it was Chandler, but I just couldn't say because it wasn't officially signed.
Yeah. So sometimes as a commentator, I feel bad when Michael Chandler's contemporaries all come out and in droves call him a cheater. You know, you've seen Dustin Poirier lead the league with that charge and Gaethje piling on a little bit during the UFC 313 fight week. What do you make of all of that? And are you mindful of that going into the fight?
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. You know what I mean? Like, that's on the ref.
Yeah.
It's not really... If he's just throwing hammer fists at the back of Charles Oliveira's head, Charles either needs to move his head or the ref needs to say something to him. Yeah. Like, I did watch that fight the other day, though. He does hammer fist 12 times on the back of the head. Just like that. And he knows what he's doing. Yeah. But it's one of them, like the ref, if I was in that position, I'm Charles, I'm saying, ref. Right. You know what I mean? Right. What are you doing here? Like, that was some bad refereeing right there. But obviously I've seen the Poirier one as well, Poirier saying he tried to fish hook him to get the choke and stuff like that. I'll do the same thing as Poirier. If that happens, I'll bite his finger and try and cut it off with my teeth. Like, it's one of them. Yeah. But I always say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
So in terms of the stylistic challenge in front of you, a lot of people feel like you have a lot of grappling advantages in this matchup, a speed advantage, maybe even an athleticism advantage. Seems like you've added some muscle mass. What do you make of this ball of muscle, Michael Chandler?
He's a unit, isn't he? He's a little...
He is a unit.
But he's going to try and come out and knock me head off. You know what I mean? Yeah. I do think he is one of the most entertaining fighters in the UFC. He comes out and he tries to absolutely take your head off, swinging overhands, left hooks. And that's all anyone's ever tried to do against me and knock me out, and no one's ever knocked me out. And Michael Chandler's not going to be the first person to. Again, just like last time, I think I want to keep him on the end of my range. I want to kick him, frustrate him. And I do think I could land a knockout blow as he steps in, like a punch, a kick, a knee, an elbow, anything as he steps in and brings all his weight forward and leans into a shot. I think I could knock him out. I also think I could TKO him with leg kicks. But I don't think he's going to try and take me down. Yeah. He knows I'll submit him.
Yeah. Our time is short, but Joe Silva tried to sign you when you were 21 years of age. You could have come to the UFC when you were 23. You bided your time. You did it the right way. And the results kind of speak for themselves, right? You got here. You haven't tasted defeat. How satisfied are you, at least 6 fights in, with what you have been able to accomplish?
Very. When I look back now, I thought when I was 21, when I got offered that, I was like, I could go in there and beat anyone. But when I look back now, and Cage Warriors gave me a good new contract, I stayed, I earned the money, paid a lot of things off for my family, got stuff sorted for my family, and I ended up losing a few fights then, which were valuable lessons, like very, very valuable lessons in my career. And then I strung a few wins together again and got signed when I was 26. And I think a lot of fighters should look at that and see how good I've done, because there's too many fighters now just getting to 5-0 and 6-0 and contender series, sign them. Yeah. When they need to develop more, you need to test yourself against better opposition. Like, there's some people just get signed because of who the brothers are as well. You know what I mean? Look at Ilya's brother. He's only ever fought crabs. He's never fought anyone decent. and then gets to fight in the UFC because his brother's an absolute mushroom.
Well, April 12th, that walk in Miami is going to be absolutely insane at UFC 314. And even though I don't have fear of missing out, I have seen a lot of my broadcast partners get the chance to go to Liverpool and call fights, and the only thing I ask for at some point before it's all said and done, I get to call one of your fights in Liverpool, because if you think Miami's going to be a scene, could you imagine?
Anfield needs to happen. Liverpool Stadium. Like, I don't think Dana likes doing stadiums because he thinks it takes away from the atmosphere, but come to a Liverpool game. Come to Liverpool versus Man United, or Liverpool versus Everton, or Liverpool on a Champions League night. Like, tell him to come with me on Tuesday. We're playing PSG in the Champions League on Tuesday night, and he'll have never felt an atmosphere like it.
Yeah.
And then with seats on the pitch, cage in the middle,
be sick.
like 70,000 people or something. Goosebumps just thinking about it.
Deafening Paddy the Batty chants. For now, though, co-headlining UFC 314, Miami, Florida, USA, against Michael Chandler. Great to see you, champ. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, John.
Patrick Pimblett with us today. We'll see him live in Miami.